Welcome back to the Betterment Project. My name is Rafi Rodriguez, and today we're tackling a psychological trap that is quietly killing more marriages and draining more men of their joy than almost anything else. I call it the transactional trap. It sounds like this. I work 10 hours today. I stop for groceries on the way home. I did the dishes and I haven't complained once. So why is she still in a bad mood? Why haven't I gotten a thank you or anything else? If you ever felt like you're doing everything right but still getting the short end of the stick, this episode is for you. We're going to talk about being a good man isn't a currency you trade for gratitude and how to stop feeling cheated. Now let me give you some tips. Number 1. The myth of the goodness coin. Let's get real here. A lot of us were raised to believe that relationships are a vending machine. You put in the good deeds coin. You provide, you're faithful, you help with the kids, and out comes the gratitude or affection soda. But when you press the button and nothing comes out, what do? You shake the machine, right? You get angry. You feel cheated. Here's the problem, bro. When you do something expecting a specific reaction, that isn't an act of love. It's a covert contract. You made a deal in your head that she never signed. When she doesn't fulfill her end of your imaginary contract, you view her as a problem. But the real problem here is the transaction itself. A better man does the right thing because it is the right thing to do, not because he's trying to buy a specific mood from his partner. Number 2, being a safe target versus being a good man. There is a weird phenomenon that happens when you become a truly reliable good man. Sometimes, because you are the safest person in her life, you become the target for her stress. It feels backwards, right? You're doing the most, so you should be treated the best. But often, she had a brutal day at work. The kids have been screaming, and her brain is fried. She can't snap at her boss. She can't snap at the kids. So, she snaps at the one person she knows won't leave, and that is you. If you're operating in the transactional trap, you'll see her mood as a personal insult to your efforts. You'll think, how dare she be grumpy after I just cleaned the kitchen? But if you decouple your actions from her reaction, you realize her bad mood has nothing to do with your goodness. You are the safe target because you are the anchor. It doesn't mean you accept abuse. We talked about boundaries in the last episode, but it means you stop letting her temporary emotional state dictate your value. Number 3, how to decouple the action from the reaction. So how do we fix this? How do we stop feeling like we're being cheated? We have to learn to decouple. Imagine a circuit board. Right now, your happiness light is wired directly to her reaction switch. When she flips it, you're happy. When she doesn't, you're in the dark. We need to rewire that. Check your motivation. Before you do that extra chore or buy those flowers, ask yourself, if she doesn't notice this, or if she's still in a bad mood later, am I still okay with doing it? If the answer is no, don't do it. You're just setting a trap for both of you. Define your own standard. Be a good man because that is who you are. I do the dishes because I like a clean house and I want to be a helpful husband. That's my standard. If she says thanks, that's a bonus. If she doesn't, my standard has still been met. Kill the scoreboard. Stop keeping a mental tally. The I did this, so she owes me that mindset is the fastest way to kill intimacy. Intimacy dies in the face of accounting. Number 4, finding freedom in doing enough. The most liberating moment in a man's life is when he realizes that his partner's gratitude is a gift, not a debt. When you stop performing for a thank you, 2 things happen. First, your resentment vanishes. You can't be cheated if you weren't trying to buy anything. Second, and this is the crazy part, she will likely become more grateful. Why? Because she no longer feels the pressure of your expectations. She can feel your help as a genuine support rather than a manipulation to get her to change her mood. You are good enough, regardless of how she feels today. Stop trading your peace for reaction. That's it for today's deep dive. If you have been living in the transactional trap, I want you to pick one thing today. One chore, one act of service, and do it with the explicit goal of not being noticed. Reclaim your power. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a guy who's currently staring at a sink full of dishes, feeling unappreciated. Thanks so much. See you on the next episode.